3 big reasons you're underestimating how much retirement income you need.
Hello, my name is John Convery, and welcome to this edition of Retire with Coffee. Michael and I are delighted you've decided to spend a few moments with us today so we can hopefully provoke your awareness, broaden and deepen your financial literacy, and raise your awareness so you can thrive in retirement, not just survive. Right, Mike?
Yes, absolutely. That's why we're going to be talking to everybody today about 3 big reasons you're underestimating how much retirement income you need. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to retirement, the strategies that got you to retirement are not the same strategies that are going to get you through.
Right.
It now becomes an income planning strategy, right, Dad?
Yeah, very much so. Very, very much so.
Yes.
So I think we're going to get into these 3 ideas, Mike. What are the 3 ideas?
Yes, we're going to start with number 1. And number 1 is you personally believe in the 4% rule, because a lot of people have heard about the 4% rule. And in 2013, it came out that if you followed the historical averages,
right,
you would have a 6% chance of not outliving your money. But right now, with the intermediate term real estate interest rates below historical average, the chance of running out of money following the 4% rule is 57%. So first and foremost, you believe in the 4% rule, and Dad, the 4% rule is really not a rule you should be following anymore.
It really isn't, because it was predicated on the idea that if you withdraw no more than after taxes and advisory fees, 4% from your aggregate portfolio, the whole pie, so to speak, if you were diversified, maybe 50% stocks, 50% bonds, that if you withdrew 4%, your money would last a 25 to 30-year retirement. Michael just told you that's largely being refuted now, and it makes sense because interest rates are below historic lows, even though the Fed has raised the federal funds rate to just 1.75. So at the end of the day, you need to understand that the 4% rule is certainly not airtight, and it may not serve your interests the way you hope for. So you've got to think of alternative ways to really hit or get beyond that 4% rule without risking running out of money.
Yes, absolutely. And that's only one of the big reasons people are underestimating how much income they're going to need in retirement.
That's right.
Number 2 comes down simply to medical expenses, because, Dad, many people underestimate what medical expenses are going to cost in retirement. And it's something they don't really want to address because they're concerned they can never really tackle that.
Nobody wants to think about it, right? You want to be anointed with good health and never have a upsetting visitation such as your spouse getting Alzheimer's or enduring a stroke and needing speech pathology. We all want the best for our family, but at the end of the day, unreimbursed medical expenses is the culprit that wipes out more retirement savings probably than anything else, because Medicare was not designed to pay for everything. Those of you that think you're going to be home free at 65, sorry, I got news flash for you. It's a help. Medicare, you have hospitalization, major medical, but it was never designed to pay for chronic or long-term care conditions. So you're going to have to figure out, what do you do to reserve when Fidelity and Pew Research says you may have $275,000 in unreimbursed medical expenses? What to do? Well, this is where we come in to help. There are many ways, with or without buying insurance, that you can get educated on that go far beyond the brief narrative in this conversation today, that really will equip you to have a great life and have some degree of protection from unreimbursed medical expenses. There's no one size fits all for here. It's basically your unique circumstances as to determining what's suitable for you, and we will help you figure that out.
Yes, and we're going to get into the 3rd big reason many people are underestimating their retirement income expenses, or how much income they're going to need in retirement, and that is number 3, taxes, because you have RMDs and many other things that's required minimum distributions. You have many other things that are going to affect your taxes, even potentially Social Security, if you claim too early and decide to work a little bit too long.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And you're never going to get beyond the fact that Social Security is a conundrum. The culprit there is you could be subject to double taxation. If you're married and your whole retirement income, modified adjusted gross income, I know that sounds wonky and geeky, But if it's more than 44,000, one scintilla of a dollar more, you've got to pay tax on 85% of your Social Security. And I would submit to you that that's double taxation. Oh yeah, because all the years of your working life, you had to pay in FICA, a payroll tax. It was not volunteered, it was demanded of you. I believe that when you harvest the benefit, it should be tax-free as was always intended. But it's not. So many people think they're going to get a tax holiday, basically a vacation away, and not have to pay as much in taxes in retirement. That's a big mistake. The good news, even before and now under the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, President Trump has successfully inaugurated with his cabinet, we are looking toward new opportunities. What you want to look at is ways to increase your income and squeeze out or squelch taxes that do not contribute to your quality of life. It falls into what I love to talk about, which is how do you buy your retirement dream lifestyle, buy it for half as much. Now, that's a pretty tall order. But the bottom line is until you confront the challenge, there can be no solution. So we're here to educate you to really think about these things so that you really are equipped to have an abundant retirement life.
Yes, that is 3 big reasons. You're likely underestimating how much retirement income you're going to need in retirement. And like my dad just touched base on the last one, taxes. Just on Social Security could be an issue, but there's many other things that could affect you tax-wise when you're stepping into retirement as well. Make sure you tune on in to Retire with Coffee next week. I'm going to let John close out the show because he always does, because I'm on the go. Peace out.
Hey, we got this actually stitched to the back of our new T-shirts for our staff members at the Educated Wealth Center. But here, we like to sign off from Retire with Coffee with my paraphrase of the old Irish prayer. May I share it with you? Why, thank you. May the wind be gently at your back, my friend. May the sun shine warmly on your face. May the misty low road rise up to meet the high road. And until our paths meet again, my friend, may a sovereign God anoint you with good health, richly bless you, and have a magnificent day. Goodbye now.